Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm reconvening the hearing panel in public session. Whilst we're in private session, we heard representations from all those involved, and both the investigating officer and from Councillor Bailey, from the independent person and the legal advisor. We then, as a panel, went into private session, just a panel, independent person, the legal advisor, to reach a conclusion on what we'd heard. Throughout this process, I should express first that how appreciative the panel is of the constructive engagement by Councillor Bailey with the process, not just today, but hitherto, and that makes our job clearer and more straightforward. So our findings are that we uphold those conclusions in the investigating officer's report, where he concluded that there had been no breach of the complaints that are listed in the report. We then went on to consider whether there had been a breach in regard to confidentiality, and we decided on balance that there had not been. So we do not uphold that complaint. Then moving on to matters of civility, on balance and by a majority, we consider that the language was excessive, specifically in regard to the relationship with the mayor's medical profession and the reference to the Hippocratic Oath. We find that was a breach of the code. At this stage, I'd like to ask Councillor Bailey if she has any representation to make in regard to the sanctions that the panel may consider.
It's not something I had considered, Chair, I must confess. I mean, I've set out my record as a councillor. I've told you that I take my responsibilities very seriously indeed. I don't do things lightly. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd now like to pause the panel hearing. If we could turn off the lights. the session. We've considered from the sanctions available, and our determination is that the findings should be published in a decision notice within the next 7 days. We also, as a panel, felt that Councillor Bailey might consider making an apology in regard to the specific issue of the medical and Hippocratic oath comments that were reported in all the evidence. Are there any other comments? Okay, well, thanks everybody for your involvement in this process, which has been as straightforward, I think, as these can be. I am on. And so I now declare this hearing panel closed.